Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1998 Nissan Fairlady Z version S 2-seater, aka the 300ZX. We've had a couple of these go around the track before, but none in racing modification, and that's why this one's here. It is a naturally aspirated Z, so 399 horsepower, front engine rear wheel drive, 1,229 kilos, so it's still quite heavy. This racing modification, I adore the racing modifications on the Fairlady Zs. This one has this one that comes in either this sort of cool teal colour or yellow, and the earlier ones have a livery similar to the IMSA 300ZXs, so you really can't go wrong with the racing modifications on these cars. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. But how well will it get along? Well, that's what we're here to find out. It is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in an effort to the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Ford GT90, a 28.180. This car unlikely to beat that. Now, the previous 300ZXs, one of them was naturally aspirated, which currently sits in 78th place with a 31.650, and the other one had twin turbos, which sits in 64th place with a 31.201. So I don't really know. Is it going to sandwich in the middle of them, or is it going to be better because this car is going to solve one of the bigger issues with this car, or two of them actually? Because it's racing modified, it's slightly lighter than a standard Z, and because it is naturally aspirated, it should keep a little bit more under control than the turbo one was. Also, it has downforce now, so that should help sort the rear end out a little bit as well. And to be fair, yeah, it's quicker. It's definitely quicker, no doubt about that. This is lovely to drive, actually. I don't know. The previous 300ZXs, you could really feel the weight of them. This, like, it's still obviously a heavy car, like 1,229 kilos does make this one of the heavier cars that we're going to have go around the course, but it's a lovely, predictable thing to drive, which is nice. Like, it drifts a little bit, but it's not, like, excessive. It's very controllable. It's very good, this, actually, if you don't slam into a wall anyway. Yeah, I am pleasantly surprised by how nice this is to drive. It doesn't feel quick. I mean, for even 400 horsepower, like, that does mean, in terms of, for me, I think in this game, like, the median weight of every car is probably somewhere around 1,000 kilos. And the median power, if I had to guess, is somewhere between about 300 to 350. Because not many cars in this game make insane power. Like, nothing in this game is over 1,000 horsepower, which, you know, in racing games today, that's like almost nothing, you know. Ever since Bugatti got through the 1,000 horsepower barrier, you know, you can have 1,500 horsepower Camaros with Lamborghini V12s in them. So, yeah, it's not all about major power here, so it feels slightly slower than it should, but it's a lot nicer to drive than it could be, if that makes sense. I really want to get this under 31, because it definitely feels like it could go under. For a naturally aspirated car as well, the actual power delivery on this is super nice. I think it's a stage 3 natural aspiration tune on these cars. It's going to go marginally quicker. 30.962. I think there's definitely 0.2 in there, but that's pretty solid, to be fair. Like I say, it's a really just pleasant car to drive that. The twin turbo one undoubtedly will be faster, but the twin turbo one will also be an absolute handful to drive, while as that was pleasant. Times are a bit all over the place though. Yeah, 0.2, but not bad. 30.962. It's our quickest 300ZX. It is going to go into, hold on, let me see the time again. 30.962. it is going to go into 51st place. It is, okay, it's between a Ford Focus and a Mazda Demio, which doesn't seem all that impressive, but it's quicker than a Turbo Supra, quicker than a NSX. As I mentioned, it's 0.2 quicker than the twin-turbo 300ZX that we've already had go round, quicker than an MX-5. Does lose out slightly to the 200SX, which I'm quite surprised about, although then again, that car was significantly lighter than this, and actually thinking about the 200SX made, I think, exactly the same power. So, yeah, I'll give it that, but this is nicer to drive than that. Really pleasant car to drive, so, yeah, enjoyed it. Anyways, that's it for this episode of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. Do hope you've enjoyed, and join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.